Hello, good people. Welcome back. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Chris and trying to share some healthy habits to develop in order to build your financial knowledge, in order to build your financial wealth. So, with that being said, I was reminded of something that I read on Facebook back in 2020. I was on Facebook. Matter of fact, I think I was on vacation down in Orlando, and a friend of mine, this guy I knew, I guess an associate I used to work with, right? He was working with me for a few years, and then he moved on to something else. Anyway, he had a post, and in his post had said, "If you have 2,000 to invest right now, based on what was going on in the market," he said, "If you have 2,000 to invest right now, by the end of this year, you would probably have enough money to pay off all your debt, depending on how much debt you have." That's all he had in the post, right? So I clicked on him. I clicked on to send him a message, and I sent him a instant message in Messenger. And I was asking him, so that was a very broad statement, very vague. Where should I invest? I don't really have 2K right now, but where should I invest? It caught my attention. Where should I invest? And he said, "Well, I can't tell you where to invest, but if you just invest in the market, it'll pay off." Well, he struck a nerve, and so I started researching, trying to figure out if there was anything to what he was really saying, or if he was just throwing something out, if he was just clickbait or whatever the case may be. So it sparked my interest, and downloaded Robinhood, and it's been an outstanding journey since then. It's been an outstanding journey of building my financial wealth. It's been an outstanding journey of building my financial knowledge. Now, let me just say, I have not arrived, right? I am not a millionaire. A long ways, well, yeah, I'm a long ways from it, but very excited about it, right? I never had a desire to be a millionaire, but when I got involved in the market and I saw that money in the market is absolutely nothing like the money you go to work for on your job. What I mean by that, I think I'm all off from what I said I was going to be talking about, but what I mean by that, on your job, you work, we get annual increases and what have you, but you go to work and you know what to expect because you know what your job offer is, how much you're going to get paid an hour year over year. You know how much you're going to get paid an hour. If you're working a full time, you're working at least 40 hours a week. Maybe you work a couple hours overtime, but bottom line is you know what to expect each week, right? So you could do the math, time 40, time 52 weeks, and you know what you're going to bring home for that year, right? So, and that fair game, I understand that we all have to work on the job. And unless you own the business, you got to, accept what the job pays you. But my point is, when you start putting a percentage of your income to work in the markets, right? First year, you might be, okay, that wasn't too bad. Second year, you might be, wow, this thing, it's something to it. By the end of that third year, at the end of that fourth year, if you have been getting into the habits of developing to build your financial wealth, to build your financial knowledge, if you're getting into the habit daily when you have free time, when I mean free time, when you are in the car riding to and from work, when you're in the car riding to and from your break or your lunch break or what have you, if you're running to an errand, or if you're going running, doing exercise, and you're listening to your music, I challenge you to not always be listening to your music when you're coming in your coming and goings. Put on a video, listen to someone who's sharing financial knowledge to help you better understand the market, to help you to make better decisions in the market, to help you learn how to put your money at risk wisely, right? To help you learn how to manage your risk, right? To help you identify trends, to help you identify a good entry price, a good entry point, to help you to learn if you really should be investing weekly or bi-weekly or monthly. Consistency is the key. It's not a me thing. It's just the way it's just the way the system is designed. It's just the way the system works. But don't take my word, right? Get out there, get on Google, start Googling things and fact checking for yourself. Start listening what wiser folks than I have to say, right? Start listening to, I've been throwing his name out as often as I possibly can, Larry Jones. Larry Jones has a wealth of knowledge and he shares it for free on YouTube, right? Yes, he has a class, Stock Up U, Stock Up University. It costs, but it helps you further advance your financial knowledge. They have the Stock Squad and they have a Patreon. It costs, but it helps you further advance your financial knowledge, help you further build your financial wealth. And he just created his own Patreon per se. It's not a Patreon, but he calls it a Stock Club. But again, it helps you advance your financial knowledge and it helps you advance your financial wealth. You could get on Google, you can Google some things. Larry's going to introduce you to a lot of people. He's going to introduce you to Stocks with Josh, a master of charts. He's going to introduce you to Keenan Grace. Keenan Grace is the youngest of the bunch, so he has a younger generation of language to better help younger folks to understand and get in the game, right? And then he's going to introduce you to Stockmo. Stockmo has a wealth of knowledge, and he's been doing it for a long time. Now, all four of them gentlemen, when I say I haven't arrived, they are well beyond me. They've been at it a lot longer than me. Their pockets are way deeper than mine. And so, you know, you would listen. You're more apt to listen to somebody who's up in the millions versus somebody who's still striving to get there. But my thing is, I like to try to share my journey to help other folks get involved, get off the sidelines, to get into the game. I call it a financial game. I call life a game. If you ask my kid, I call life a game. It's a serious game, and there is no multiple lives. You only have one life to live in life. You only have one life to live in the market. But you could learn the game just as well as you learn how to drive, just as well as you learn how to date young men or young women or whatever it is you date, just as you learn to manipulate or use a mobile device. Whatever it is you learn in life, you had to learn it. Same thing with the stock market, same thing with the crypto market, same thing with building your financial knowledge. It's something you have to get started in. Building your financial wealth is something you have to get started in. I have a saying, if you are in the land of the living, you need to be in investing, right? You need to be in building your wealth. Time is going to pass. Time is going to go. Time waits for no man. Time is going to pass. It's up to you to make the best use of your time as possible, to put yourself in the best possible position to succeed, to be successful. Okay, moving on. If you have a job and at your job you can have your earpiece on, another opportunity to be listening and to building your financial knowledge, right? Plenty of things we could do. People that I've been talking to lately who I've been getting into the game of investing, I challenge folks to, I don't know what's in anyone's pocket. I don't know if you have anything you could afford to invest, but I do know if you're living, you can afford to invest, right? You don't know what I have. You're right, I don't know. But if you eat out, if you go to lunch every day, I challenge you to sacrifice one day of lunch money to invest in the market each week, right? Maybe 5, maybe 10, maybe 15. You might be a person who spends $25 at lunchtime. Who knows what you spend at lunchtime? I'm challenging you to give up one day to build your financial wealth, right? Don't have to do it. It's just something I'm throwing out there. AI is going to reduce a lot of head count in the land of the living across the board. In my career field and in so many other countless career fields, AI, artificial intelligence, right? You can get ahead of that ball game. You can get busy in investing into AI stock. investing into crypto, AI stock, AI crypto. And, by the time AI start reducing headcount in your position, you might have something to fall back on. You could get ahead of that by you can start cross training, learning other jobs on what they say OJT, on the job training. You can learn other positions on your job. So as AI started phasing out and lowering the head counts in certain positions, you could be moved on to another position as you learn that skill set, right? Stock Money Bro comes to mind. He's always talking about side hustles to one, to get your money up, to increase your bottom line of income coming in. Two, to increase steady revenue to put into the stock market, right? There are so many ways to turn your financial situation around. You just have to make a choice. You just have to make a choice. Is this something that you need to do? Is it something that you want to do? Or are you happy with your current situation? Your current situation that been repeating itself year in and year out, and yet have you distraught when it comes to paying your bills, when it comes to making ends meet. Done that, what they say, been there, done that, don't want to go back. Do I live paycheck to paycheck? Depends on how you look at it. In my eyes, I don't live paycheck to paycheck. Somebody else's eyes, maybe I do live paycheck to paycheck. But I'm happy where I'm at. And I'm happy with advancing my financial knowledge. And I'm overjoyed as I see that knowledge pay off in my portfolios, right? I'm overjoyed when I see it pay off in my 401k. But that's me. That's what I like doing. I could go on and on and on, but the hour is getting far spent on this day. And as I said, time waits on no man. Got a few other things I need to take care of on this evening. So with that being said, I hope I've said something to spark your interest, get you busy and growing your financial knowledge, growing your financial wealth. And if you're not in the game, hopefully I've said something to get you in the game. And I'm pretty sure somewhere in my bio, I have a link for Robinhood, have a link for Crypto.com, have a link for Boomoo, and I think Webull. And most of these, most will give you some free stock, right? I don't know what it is. I don't follow it enough, but even if you don't use my link, just just get busy, get in the game, right? Again, wish you guys all the best, guys and gals, in this financial journey of yours. And if there's anything I can do or say to help anyone, I'm more than happy to do so. The markets have been dipping or crashing or pulling back, whatever you want to call it. It's been a little ugly over the last couple of weeks, right? There's been a lot of stuff in the red, both in stock and crypto. But that's a great opportunity to jump in and watch your money grow, right? Even if it fall down a couple of days, no reason to be crying, no reason to be worried. Any portfolio, any brokerage account you download, it's gonna be charged, right? And you're always gonna see that little squiggly line. It goes up, it goes down. Say that to say everything goes up and down. Crypto, stock, everything goes up and down. You can't let the up and down scare you. What you guys do is do your own research and figure out if it's a good company, if it's a good stock, if it's a good crypto. What's a good company? What's a good stock? Talk to me. Well, the S&P 500 is a great company, right? And if you don't want to buy the S&P, there are tons of ETF. ETF is like a bucket of stock, all in one. ETFs out there that does the same thing the S&P does. Track the top 500 stocks across the stock market. Well, give me one. My favorite is VOO, right? You have Charles Schwab, and Charles Schwab have a few different ETFs out there that's pretty good, right? Walmart is a good company. We all know Walmart is a good company. It's been around a long time. It's not going anywhere anytime soon. Apple is a good company, right? One of the top 3 companies worldwide. Well, one of the top 3 companies, one of the wealthiest 3 companies in the world, right? So those three would be Apple, Nvidia, and Microsoft, right? You're talking about $3 to $4 trillion companies, right? So you can't lose with them, right? What you have to do is identify a good entry point. But if you're just DCAing, if you're not buying a whole share, it really doesn't matter. You can just start, whether you're doing $25 into each one, whatever it is your pockets allow. But the name of the thing is you need to get in the game. You need to start doing your research. And if it's a good company, you ride it out when it's up but it's down, right? When it's down, if it's deep down, you hit it a little bit harder. If you were doing $25 a week into the stock and it takes a big dip, that's like a clearance sale, right? When you see the Jordans you want, they cost $210 or they cost $150 or whatever the case may be, but they have you walk by what is it, the Champs or I can't think of it right now. My mind is blank. But you go by the shoe store and you see that you drop by and you see that there's a clearance sale on Jordans, right? Maybe it's not the current generation, but it's a pair you've been wanting. It was $210 and now it's on sale for $79 or $89 or $99. That's like half price. If you see Apple or Microsoft or VOO or Nvidia take a big dip, that's like a clearance sale. It's not going out of business. It's too big to fail, right? Okay, that's my take. Don't take my word. Do your own research. Invest your money smartly. Invest your money wisely. You have to put a portion of your income at risk. Little risk, little reward. Lot of risk, bigger reward. And who don't need more money? So with that being said, I could go on and on and on. I get super excited about this stuff, and hopefully I've said something to excite someone else. With that being said, you guys take care and be blessed continually, my friend.